Today's episode of Chicago Bears Now is presented by True Classic Tees. Head over to trueclassictees.com/chat and use promo code CHAT to get 25% off. Rocking another one of their polos today. Very comfortable. They have a great t-shirt line. Up your fashion game with trueclassictees.com/chat. Promo code CHAT, 25% off. All right, Bears fans, video number 2 on the day. We got a lot to get into, including coming up later on in the show. Bears and Texans injury reports have dropped for today, including a big name for the Bears. We'll tell you who that is and if we should be worried or not. So stay with us. We'll get to that later on in the show. But first, a lot of Justin Fields stuff today. He clarified his comments that he made after the game that annoyed some Bears fans. We'll start there. Then coming up in a minute, he talked about the offense as a whole and how he's feeling. Here's what he had to say. I was real mad after the game. I said the fans don't put in the work. I was frustrated after the game. I wasn't in the mood to talk to you guys. I should have done a better job explaining what I meant by that. What I meant by that was I'm talking about work regarding the game on Sunday, winning the game itself. I don't know any fans. I don't know what they are doing in their personal lives. I respect every fan that we have. I'm glad that we have fans. I would never disrespect anybody on what they do or what they love to do. It came off like that. I just wanted to clear that up. Look, here's the reality. Emotions are high after losses in the NFL, especially for a young quarterback trying to find his way in this league and coming off a game where he wasn't very good at all. I understand him being frustrated. I understand also how fans were upset when he said, yeah, we don't, he basically said, we don't worry about fans. They don't put in the work. And he's right. The players and the coaches put in the work, but you have to understand that fans, they put their energy and they take their time to watch their teams and they're passionate. And I think Fields understood that, which is why he said what he did today. So I respect him for that. And let me just say this as well. It's already hard enough in this league to win or lose a game and then 10 minutes after a game after a game to go talk to the media. But you lose your 7th straight game to a rival against Green Bay. You don't play that well. I understand the frustration from Justin Fields. That's why I have a ton of respect for him going up there today and saying, you know what, I spoke out of order. This is what I meant when I said that. What I meant was, yeah, the fans don't literally put in work like we do when it comes to actually playing the game, but I respect and love all of our fans. They mean a lot to us. That takes a lot for him to do. He could have just not said anything, a clip, gained traction on social media. He owned it. He responded to it. Good for Justin Fields. Now it's about focusing and moving forward, which if you listen to Fields today, I think he's ready to do that. Do you have Justin Fields back? Because I do. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. I want to know what you guys think in the comments about the quarterback. I have his back. Pin comment on today's show. Y for yes, N for no. Let me know if you have QB1's back. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we are going to be live for a Bears versus Texans live watch party this Sunday afternoon. So join us for that. Also, check out my preview video that went out earlier today. Lovie Smith is back in town. We'll talk about Lovie later on in the show as well. Bears versus Texans live watch party this Sunday. All right, more from Fields. And I think this is the stuff that really gets you fired up. He talked about how much he hates losing and how important it is to play better moving forward. He said, look, I hate the feeling of losing. Sunday, it hit different. You know what I like about that last part as well? It hit different when they lost again to the Packers. You have to care about this rivalry when you play for the Bears or the Packers. I think he gets it. Here's what he had to say today. He said, today I woke up at 5:40. I'm waking up early. I'm changing my whole routine. I hate the feeling of losing. Sunday, it hit different. It hit different than all of the losses last year. When we come in and put up so much work in the morning to the afternoon, all that stuff we do to prepare for Sunday, and we come up with a loss, it just sucks. Go listen to Justin Fields' press conference today. The Bears tweeted it out. You can check their Facebook page. It's probably on their YouTube channel as well as soon as you're done watching this video. He looks like a quarterback that is speaking with urgency. He understands that his level of play hasn't been good enough, that Sunday night was unacceptable. Losing to the Packers over and over and over again has to change. Obviously, they're not going to beat him every time, but he sounds like someone who's going to focus up here. Not that he wasn't before, but he's taking that extra step, getting up an hour early, doing extra film study, which he said he's going to be doing this week. He wants to be great. Hopefully it works out because I'm a big fan of how this quarterback approaches things. All right, today's show is sponsored by True Classic Tees. Listen, they're a great company. And here's the deal. Sometimes, especially when you're like me, big and tall, and you've got, you're in between shirt sizes, different companies have different sizes for you. When people always are like, hey, what shirt size? You're like, I don't know. It depends on the company. True Classic Tees, though, very comfortable. They fit males of all sizes. If you have a six-pack, great. They're going to show that off. If not, they're going to show off the parts of the body that do look good, and hell, they're going to make you look better than you actually do. Use promo code CHAT when you go to trueclassictees.com/chat. You can buy and bundle as well. This 9-pack, just $13.88 per t-shirt. They got a polo line as well. I'm a big fan of their shirts. They're simple, they're clean, and they're comfortable. Who doesn't like that? You can wear these out to the bar. You can wear these around the house. I'm wearing them into the office just about every day because you buy that 9-pack of shirts. There you go. A couple of work weeks worth there in one bundle. Promo code CHAT, 25% off. Check the link in the comments and in the description. More on Fields. And again, I've hit on this a couple of times. This is not acceptable. And I think Justin knows that. This is not good enough. 7 of 11, 70 yards, no passing touchdowns, and a pick. Did rush for a touchdown. Thought he had a couple of nice runs, but he's got to be more productive. Now that kind of transitions us into, okay, where does Luke Getsy come into this? How does Fields feel about the play calling? Well, he has a couple of quotes here on that as well. When he was asked about, how can you show what you can do when you only throw it 11 times? He says, look, my number one priority and job is to run the plays I'm taught to and to execute them to the best of my ability and ultimately win games. If our offensive coordinator thinks the plays he's giving are going to help us win games, that's all I care about. These guys have been in this league for I don't know how long, talking about coaches. They know what they're doing. None of it is going to work if I don't trust them. If we don't trust them, we trust the coaches. They know what they're doing. We just go out there and play. Now, Matt Eberflus also talked to the reporters today and said, we got to find balance, talking about pass and run balance. And, hey, all this to say, and Justin Fields later said this too, when Montgomery's run like he is, we should run the football. This is not to say stop running the ball. If anything, it means run it more, move the chains, set up play action because teams are going to have to slide an extra body into the box. That can open up the passing game even more. Early completions, easy completions, Getsy, get Fields in a rhythm, run the football, then later on in games, the passing plays downfield should open up. I expect a better game on Sunday. I do. I think Justin Fields is focused. I think this coaching staff is built to have their teams bounce back. And ultimately, you got a manageable game with Houston coming to town. I expect a better performance this Sunday from this Bears offense. I think we'll see the best performance yet, partially due to the opponent, but also because I think they realize, hey, we got to have some urgency. This offensive output, especially throwing the football, not nearly good enough up to this point in the season. Now, what do you guys think? Will the Bears offense bounce back this week? I think they're going to. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Let us know in the comment section down below if you believe the Bears offense will bounce back or not. That is 1 for yes, or type 2 if you're like, I don't believe it. Type 2 for no. All right, let's get to the injury report for today for the Bears. Velus Jones, still no practice, hamstring, not ideal. Ryan Griffin on the injury report with an Achilles. Probably just a sore Achilles, but he did not practice. Dane Cruikshank, hamstring, did not practice. Oh boy, there's the big one. Roquan Smith, hip injury, did not practice. That's not ideal to see Roquan on the injury report. I know we've bashed him a little bit because he did not play well on Sunday, but think about how weak the linebacker core is without him, okay? It's already struggling with him. You lose Roquan, you're going to roll with Nick Morrow and Matt Adams as your primary backers for a game? It's not ideal. Hopefully he's able to progress and play. You know who's not progressing is Velus Jones Jr. I don't know if he's had a setback. I don't know what's going on, but the rookie wide receiver is not progressing with his hip injury. I'm not panicking or anything. Again, I think Velus Jones comes in his first game and makes some massive impact, but at some point we want to see the kid play, right? It's not ideal. It is not ideal for him to not play. All right, Texans injury report coming up here. Davis Mills, right thumb. He was a full participant. Fully expect him to play. Blake Cashman, limited with a hip. Linebacker Kamu Grugier-Hill, limited with a neck injury. Brevin Jordan, ankle, did not practice. Neither did Isaac Yiadom, who has a thigh. Maliek Collins dealing with a knee injury. And then Jerry Hughes had a rest day. 7 players in total, 4 of which did not practice. let's talk about Lovie Smith because, hey, we all love Lovie and the white Santa beard he's got these days. Great look for Coach. Wish him the best. He talked to Texans reporters about his time in Chicago. He said spent a lot of time there, some great years. I think there's some nostalgia with Lovie, and I certainly get it because the Lovie era was a success. It was certainly a bit of a mixed bag, but all in all, Lovie Smith did a pretty good job as the Chicago Bears head coach. I mean, we can pull up some of his accolades here while he was the head coach in Chicago. I think it was an undoubted success for the Bears. 9 seasons, 81-63 record, 4 10-win seasons, and a Super Bowl appearance. Didn't win it, but I mean, all in all, like if this ended up being Matt Eberflus, he's here 9-10 years, and they go to a Super Bowl, like, yeah, the goal is to win it, but we would take this based on what we've had since Lovie Smith. Now, at the same time, that was then, this is now. I'm not one of those people that like, oh, they should have never fired Lovie. I think that partnership had run its course, and we're, of course, at least I am, rooting for Lovie from afar, not this week. But, I think we'll always love Lovie Smith and what he did for this franchise during his years in Chicago. But mortal enemies this week as the Texans come to town. It's a big game. Big game. Got to win it. Got to win this game as the Bears are 2.5-point favorites. Over-under set at 40 points, projecting to be another low-scoring one. So who you got in this matchup? Type CHI for the Bears, type HOU for the Texans. Let us know in the comments, and we will see you soon here on Bears Now.